Hey everyone, it's Friday night and it's time for another episode of DrinkINC Live. This is episode number 15. 15. And I am Andre Bidet, also known as Skaggles on the forums. Today we have an awesome episode. We have GunnerINC as a guest. We have a new segment we're going to go over. But first we'll do a couple announcements and we'll get into the show. First thing I'm going to do is flower picture, like it. Thought it was a nice touch. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to point out, for those who don't know and are interested, in the DrinkINC TV badges that we are going to be debuting soon. There's two of them that were created by Stay Crisp, who's excellent at graphic design. He's created one for Mustachioed and a Beardy. The way we're going to do this is Beardy is going to be awarded to guests that have been on the show, such as tonight's episode, GunnerINC, B9, Liberty Pencil. There's a ton of guests. You know, we've had 15 episodes, some with two guests. The Mustachioed is going to be awarded to anyone that I've seen participating in the live chat. So some of you will be getting both. Yep. Next on the list, for those interested in the DrinkINC Fantasy Football 2012 that are into the fantasy football stuff, I believe Super Sloth has begun that in the Caffeine Lounge. Good stuff there. Good stuff. Moving on. Another announcement that I wanted to talk about is the future of the show and how this is going to work. Starting in a few weeks, so we have 2 more Fridays before I start classes and a new job and everything, and I'm going to be completely busy. So we have next Friday, and we have Friday the 10th, and then that following Monday, the 13th, is when I'm going to be very busy, and the show schedule is going to be trimmed down. We're probably going to do one every couple weeks rather than one every week like we have been doing. Kind of slow down a bit, get them out as we can, but we don't want to stop making them because they're fun to make. And we're going to try to, like this new segment thing, we're trying to introduce new things. So that said, episode number, it'll be 17, I believe, next, yeah, episode 17 on Friday, August the 10th. I'm going to try to make that an extra special episode. I'm going to be streaming for more than an hour. I'm going to be streaming for a few hours, and it's just going to be me doing shit as well as the show. We'll have some of the previous guests come on throughout the stream, and we'll see what's going on with them, updates and everything. We'll try to get some of the old ones. I've contacted a few. Some have said okay, some have not. We'll see how that goes, but that'll be an extra special episode to kind of mark the end of the season and into the off-season where we slow down on episode production. I believe that was everything that I needed to talk about for announcements. I am awesome. So, I'm going to call up our guest here. The guest tonight is a special guest, GunnerINC. He's been he's a moderator on the forums. He's a very active member in several forums. I can hear myself echoing on your screen. All right. Please welcome GunnerINC to the show. How's it going?
Nice lag. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's fine. That happens a lot.
Good.
So, GunnerINC, you're a moderator on the forums, correct? Am I too low?
So, GunnerINC, you're a moderator
oh, it's just a lot.
on the forums, correct? Yes, I am.
So, how did you first come across DrinkINC then? What got you to DrinkINC?
What got you to DrinkINC? About a year ago, somebody asked me to look at a tutorial, help them out with it, and I found the site that way. About a year ago, somebody asked me.
It's gonna be a terrible loop through because I can hear the echo. Are you can you mute your the video and just go through the audio of Skype? You are you're an active member. You're a moderator on the DrinkINC forums. You do many tutorials and everything. So what got you into programming then? Oh, I can't even hear you.
This is not going to work.
So, do you have the video up?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Or just close the video or mute just the video itself and go.
Better.
Oh, I don't hear the loop through now. I think we're good.
Okay.
All right. So, what got you into programming?
As long as I can remember, always love computers.
Yeah, you were telling me that you first got introduced into programming in back on the bulletin boards, BBS.
Yeah, I met a guy way back when, and got to talking, and he gave me a copy of VB3, taught me how to use it, and I liked it, and I went from there, VB4, VB5, and somehow assembly.
That's kind of a transition to go straight from Visual Basic to assembly. You didn't have anything in between. You just kind of decided to go to assembly because it seemed better.
I just went straight to assembly. It is a strange transition.
I started with Visual Basic myself, and then I went to C++. Then I kind of touched on assembly, and I realized, and I just went back to C++ and moved on from there. So you enjoy assembly. Can you tell me how you've been doing with that? You know, all the assembly stuff.
It clicked for me. I understand it, so I can say it's easy. And I share my knowledge. I'm just writing tutorials.
And you're basically, are you focusing on Nasm? Is it the NetWhite assembler?
Now I am, because I'm transitioning over to a Linux.
And you said you're getting time here soon. You're going to write some tutorials about that.
Yeah, I got 2 weeks vacation, so I'll get a lot more time involved with tutorials.
Awesome. You were telling me that not only with DreamInC, but you're also involved with other forums as well, mostly DreamInC, but you're also moderate and admin other forums, and very busily. And you said it was all from your cell phone mostly?
I do a lot of moderating from my cell phone, yeah.
It sounds pretty intensive with all the work. How do you manage helping out so many forums?
Something I like to do.
You said the other ones were, let's see, I had them written down. StopForumSpam.com and WinASM.net.
Yep.
And I hope DreamInC's your favorite, though.
I spend most time there, yeah.
So you came to the forums. Can you explain how you first got to DreamInC and then what it was that got you to stay?
Well, like I said, somebody asked me to help them out with the tutorial they were looking at, and I enjoyed the site, all the questions and answers, and the people were great, nice, very helpful. They weren't rude like a lot of other sites are, and that's my new home.
Nice. That's pretty much it's pretty much the same story for a lot of people that kind of wander onto the site, and the people that actually get to know the people, the community, and have positive experiences seem to stick around, where the people that have negative experience go. I think that goes with most sites. You said that you don't do programming for a career, but rather it's kind of like you get paid for it, but it's more of a hobby side thing.
I'm actually a carpenter by trade, so yeah, it's a hobby.
So you think that you ever think that you wish you went the programming route, or you kind of want to switch over to it, or you just really like what you're doing now, the way things are?
Yeah, about 20 years ago, I thought about going into it, but I was young, naive, and I didn't want to sit in a cubicle all day. Now I kick myself in the ass because I could have done that. Made good money and enjoyed it.
They say it's never too late, but sometimes I think they're lying.
Yeah.
There are people, I was actually just talking to my mom the other day about this, because she was talking about how she wanted to go back to school and everything. And I told her, I was like, well, it's never too late. And I was like, well, you know, at a certain point in your life, it is kind of too late. Because they tend to, I mean, companies, when they're hiring, they want the younger, you know, more malleable type, rather than the experienced people. They're pretty set in their ways, I think. Although experienced people do come in handy on projects. It's just kind of I don't know. How do you think that goes? I mean, you don't really work. Do you think they hire more of the younger crowd or the older crowd when it comes to development?
Nowadays, I don't know how it is, but back then it was pretty much who you knew, not what you knew. That's how a lot of people got their jobs.
Yeah, nowadays it seems like education isn't even that important. It just matters if you know what you're doing, whether you had a college education or not. They just want to make sure you know you're programming. So it's kind of a weird career path for people that is kind of a mix of people that have had these college educations, these people that didn't. They kind of just sat around programming like a lot of people do. And they got it, and they went out there, and they got their jobs. And I know a friend that has a GED that's making like $40 an hour. Some people just get it right, I guess.
Some people are lucky like that.
So I have over here, let's see, let me bring this up. It's kind of hard with just this one screen. I really need to set up my second screen. That's the football thing. I have over here, if you go to the website and go to the programming tutorials, other languages, you'll see a lot of stuff in there by GunnerINC about assembly language. You got Nasm, you got Masm. Is that how those are usually pronounced? Just Masm and Nasm?
That sounds about yeah. However you want to. Yeah, sure.
NetWhite assembler and the Microsoft one, right?
Correct.
You've written a lot of assembly tutorials. I mean, if you scroll down this list of the other languages, like most of them are from you and about assembly. You've been writing a lot of those lately, and you said you're going to be writing more as you switch to the NetWhite assembler in Linux. So do you have any advice to those people that are thinking about getting into assembly, and some words of advice, and maybe some
warnings? It's not for the faint of heart.
Well, yeah, it's definitely a very low-level language that takes some really some brain work to get the hang of, right?
Yeah, you got to throw everything you know from high-level languages out the window and start from scratch. Everything's different down here.
Would you say that you have to have a really solid understanding of how a computer works to work with assembly?
No, but you would definitely learn how they work.
Dealing with because with assembly, you do everything pretty much yourself, like memory location and all that, and garbage collection, right?
Yes, it's not just getting into the car, putting the key in the engine. It's like starting from the ground up, putting tires on the car, screwing the lugs in.
Building the car. That's pretty. That's a good analogy. So if you want to get an assembly, be prepared for a little extra work. But would you say it's rewarding?
Definitely rewarding.
I definitely agree, because there's a certain level of pride that you probably get when you understand and know how to program in something like assembly.
Yes, there's not many people know how to do it anymore. It's very rewarding.
Is that why you do a lot of these tutorials? Are you trying to get people back into assembly and get that passion for people to learn it again? Because a lot of people these days go after. I mean, they have such simple languages like C# and Java that are very easy to get the hang of and still pretty powerful. So a lot of people kind of skip assembly.
I notice a lot of people in all the other forums I'm on are actually coming around, wanting to learn how to use it. Yes.
So you'd encourage people to try assembly if they really want to get to know programming on a deeper level.
It's fun, yeah. Once you get the hang of it, it's actually fun.
So this is a person who's been programming for a while, gradually coming along. So I expect people just can't jump into assembly and be like, oh yeah, some people might get that lucky, but it probably takes you probably have to work at it a bit if you're just jumping straight into assembly.
Some people it works like that, others no. You have to do your own research and practice.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes like anything else. If you don't use it, you lose it, right? You don't mess with it for a while, and you kind of start forgetting how it works.
I've looked at code that I didn't comment from last year, and I don't know how it works. It takes me a while to figure it out.
I've had those situations, like not so much a program that I wrote a long time ago, but if I don't mess with programming in a language for a while, I'll go back to that language and I'll have to remember exactly, not know so much the syntax, but how to structure it and everything. I know the basics, like in C#, you do the usings and the class and everything like that, but trying to remember which using statements do what, how to use certain things, it takes a refamiliarization. So if you're into programming, you definitely want to keep at it, kind of like any other career where you have to actually utilize the tools.
Well, as in any other language, it gets easier the more you use it.
Yep. It just starts clicking. You start getting at a deeper level. I know Core started messing with from the first episode I was talking to, Dennis Delmarsky. He started messing with the Windows 7 phone framework and all that stuff, and he started like getting more and more, and he started getting deeper and deeper into it. Now he's an MVP with Microsoft and pretty much only does Windows Phone stuff. So if you dedicate yourself to anything, pretty much, you can be sure that eventually you'll start seeing some rewards from it.
I actually thought about trying ARM for Android writing assembly.
Writing assembly for Android?
Yep.
That would be interesting. Is there there are people that do that?
Yeah, it can be done.
Does it require any sort of like libraries or something that people have created to work with the Android operating system?
From the quick peek I looked at it, you do have to go through like their APIs, just like Windows.
So it's very fascinating all that you can do. You can program on Android with assembly. So do you have is there any benefits to using assembly, or is it pretty much just a preference?
Preference, I guess.
So you don't have any more deeper functions of the Android operating system by going through assembly?
Not that I know of. I really haven't touched on it, so I can tell you.
Nice. Well, I think, yeah, nothing attested to your video, but I think this episode might be a little short because I do realize that the Olympic Games ceremony is tonight, and some people might want to go see that. I don't know if you're watching that at all.
I'm actually watching myself.
Yeah, the ceremony tonight starts at 7:30 PST, so it starts about 10:30 for you. So some people might be interested in that. I'm trying to run the show the usual length of time, but if people start showing any interest in rather seeing that, then we might have to drill it short. So you've been pretty active in the live chats throughout this show. What are your opinions on how things are going right now?
Well, the host is a little shady on the time slot. Not been finding time for us, but it's coming along.
It's I totally get it. You know, all the feedback and everything, and when I first got approached about, I was actually telling them about the video section, how I was actually just giving suggestions about the stuff and saying, hey, you know, you could do this, you know, these different things, you could kind of put some life into the videos part of the section. And they kind of said, hey, would you be, you know, you want to do a show like this? And I was like, well, this is in order to do this, I would need this stuff. And number 2 Pencil came along, and he says, yeah, sure, I can get that stuff for you if you do a show. And that was kind of, okay. And I didn't really take into account all the other stuff I had going on in my life with classes and work and stuff like that. And so starting on the 13th of August, I got 4 classes, and I got a job tutoring at the college. So I'm going to be pretty much gone from here in the house most of the day. So that's the main reason why we're looking at cutting back the show. So, and I think number 2 Pencil is trying to work out some way to where he can actually host the show if I'm literally unavailable, so we can try to prevent having those episodes where we have to cancel it because either I'm not here or something. Been a few of those when I've had to go out of town. Short little explanation there for me. So what do you think about the new badges we've come up with for the mustachioed and the beardy? You'll get both if you'd like.
They're pretty funny, actually. Beardy and mustachioed, yeah.
It was just a random idea I had to give out to people because we don't really have any way to give out like prizes or contest stuff or anything like that. Yeah, maybe later. So I wanted to give something back that would be fun. And so Staycris designed them. macOS Nerd thought it was pretty cool, and I think they're implementing them now. I have to give them a list of all the people to give them to.
Get a little more participation in the chat rooms too.
Yeah, hopefully it brings people to chat rooms, but I know FNet tonight is having problems. I had to go through servercentral.net for IRC, but also I activated tonight the actual chat on the Ustream site at ustream.tv/channel/DIC TV. So if you go there, there's a little chat on the side. You can just, you know, talk and chat. A few people are in that chat right now. It does censor you automatically, so have fun with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, we're 20 minutes in. I'm going to go ahead and play number 2's commercial thing. And then how about when we come back, we'll do our little new segment, and then we'll have some discussion about that sort of stuff. So,
yay!
All right. See, I got to mute Skype for this, otherwise it's going to play you while I play the commercial. It's annoying to have to do so much stuff. It's a lot of work doing this show. You guys don't realize.
Having problems with your laptop? Computer Design and Repair has been servicing the Cuyahoga Falls area since 2003. Stop in for your free diagnostics. Computer Design and Repair offers flat rate repairs, no surprise costs or fees. Cracked or broken LCD, only $185. Broken or missing keys, just $50. Laptop isn't charging when plugged in? Loose jack where the adapter plugs in. We'll replace your DC jack for just $125. Virus removal, only $87. All work is done in-house to offer you a fast turnaround time. We can get your laptop repaired and back to you in 2 to 3 days. Located in downtown Cuyahoga Falls at 125 Portage Trail. Call Computer Design and Repair at 330-929-2600 with any questions or to schedule your free diagnostics. 330 929-2600. Computer Design and Repair.
Hey, we're back. Awesome commercial. For those just coming to the show, we're talking with GunnerINC. Is that how you pronounce it, GunnerINC, or would you say Gunner Incoming Incorporated?
Don't even ask me how I came up with it. It's just Gunner everywhere else.
We've been talking about the NetWhite assembler and his migration over to that in Linux and his upcoming tutorials on DreamInC, so you can be sure if you're interested in assembly to check those out, and all his other tutorials on the Microsoft assembler in the other languages. Now, for the first time, I'm actually introducing a new segment to the show that I thought was interesting. People have always been asking me to add new things to the show and do something different, break up the monotony and everything like that. So I've come up with a segment that I like to call Jarg-Owned. And Jargon, I basically will give you 1 minute to the guest. We'll have 60 seconds, which is 1 minute. I'm going to name off 5 words, technology-related jargon words, and I'm going to give you 2 definitions for each word. So your job is to tell me which is the correct definition and see if we can get through all these in 1 minute. We'll start off with the easy ones, and then we'll get to the harder ones as time progresses. So let's get you up here and put 1 minute on the clock. You ready? All right. And the first word is bandwidth. Is it a measure of data transfer or a measure of musical obesity?
B. Final answer.
Second, WYSIWYG, a flamboyant hairpiece for the balding homosexual, or what you see is what you get?
Whoa. I gotta think about that. B.
Hot linking. Is it displaying images on a website which are hosted elsewhere? Or a prank where the link is disguised, the link's destination is disguised?
Oh, I like the second one, but I know it's A.
Alright, and the fourth one, SCSI, an acronym. Is it Small Computer Systems Interface or Simple Connection Single Input?
Oh, interesting.
Okay. Alright, and the last one, backplane. Is it a linear system of archiving data or a system that has plug-in slots for CPU and chipsets?
I believe it's
Time's up. Alright, you got all but one. That last one was actually a system that has plug-in slots for CPU and chipsets. Pretty good, I'd say. Pretty good.
Not bad for a carpenter.
I tried to make the later ones a little more difficult. These are all ones that I found randomly on the internet. I was just going through computer jargon, looking, and then all the made-up definitions I just made up. Thank you for playing Jargon. I love that sad trombone. It's awesome. What do you think? As the guinea pig for the DreamInC Live's first new segment, what do you think?
Well, fairly easy.
Fairly easy. Yeah, you seem to breeze through those pretty easily. Maybe I'll have to make it difficult. The other one I was thinking of doing was doing another word-related one, saying is it a technology word or a pirate word? So, scallywag would been easy too. I'll come up with better ones later on. Yeah, it was a ridiculously easy multiple choice for anybody that knew what they were talking about. And I didn't want to make it too ridiculously difficult for the first thing. I didn't want people to be all like, "Oh, this is kind of hard." But in the process, I probably made it a little too easy. Backplane, I had never heard of that, so I just I could probably clear this off now. Basically, the thing that gave me the inspiration for this actually was one of the posts on the forum in the Caffeine Lounge by Crocchio, talking about programming jargon. People are listening to like jargon they use and everything, and I thought that'd be interesting to kind of go into that programming jargon and see maybe do a lot of acronyms and stuff like that over time too. Acronyms tend to be a little harder. Especially the ones that aren't used that often. A lot of people, I mean, obviously you do, but some people might not have known what SCSI meant, what's an acronym for. I am glad that the guinea pig of the first jargon section was very good at it.
All right.
Thank you. It's kind of a put you on the spot, and I always think it's funny to put people on the spot like that. But you definitely just shot it down, and you jargoned me.
I had to run and bury myself in a hole if I got it wrong.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to make them too difficult. Not so much to not embarrass you, but also because I didn't want people to be all like, yeah, well, that's kind of stupid thing. Be on the lookout, you know, as time goes on and we do more episodes. I'm definitely going to come up with new segments and stuff. You, as a guest, might be the person to test. Could be anybody in the chat that we end up talking with. There's a few people that I've yet to talk to as guests, and we still have some people coming up. I believe that Number 2 Pencil's in the process of communicating with Bovki. Is that how you pronounce it? Bogvi? From the forums, as well as, I believe, Lima was the other one. There's plenty of people. There's like hundreds of thousands of people, members in the forums, some of which are obviously not going to be on the show, because they're completely inactive, but mostly the people that are running the website are the people I want to talk to. Moderators, administrators, mentors, experts, and the occasional author. How is it moderating forums? I know you do like 3 different forums, you admin one. Is it a lot of, you obviously like it because you're doing 3 different forums all from your cell phone. I mean, explain what it's like for you.
Well, it's moderating. I just making sure all the posts abide by the rules. Make sure there's no spam. Delete the spam. Ban any uses that go against our rules. Just normal, simple stuff.
Get the ban hammer if you deserve it.
Yeah, get you to sometimes.
I should totally look up a picture for the ban hammer in one of these episodes. So, I know a lot of people think that the Dreaming Code, the team of moderators and administrators is some sort of elitist group and everything like that, and they just, censor everybody and really just stick to themselves. But I in my experience in Dreaming Code, I know that's not true.
I haven't seen it.
I think just a lot of people tend to have that negative reaction to authority sometimes. I've had it. I mean, I have to say that sometimes when people try to order me around and tell me what I can and can't say, it's irritating. But you have to maintain some sort of order on internet forums, otherwise you just go crazy, right? With that,
the caffeine lounge.
I think it's the anonymity of the internet that really brings out the worst in people sometimes. If it actually posted when you post on the forums and it was a picture of your face and your name, and there's no way you could fake it, I think that forums would actually stop being used.
Can't fake it now. My face is on the screen.
Yeah, this is why I do the show. I love people getting to know the forum members and the moderators and the team and all that stuff, as well as everybody else to get to know the people that run Dreaming Code and make it the great site it is. And this is why it's such a great site. If you actually get to know the actual people, you realize that they're actually all nice. I have to say, this show has got me to talk to a lot of interesting foreign people, such as yourself, B9, a whole bunch of other people. I mean, I could sit here and name it, but it would probably take me a good portion of 5 minutes. I think I've run out of things to talk to. This is a problem. I plan all this stuff, but I go through it so freaking fast. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Let's just make shit up then. Okay, so going back to the Nasm thing, you said that you mentioned that it's not dead. Can you elaborate on that?
Wait, say that again?
Oops, I clicked the wrong thing here. Nasm, the NetWide assembler, you mentioned earlier when we were talking about things that it is not dead. Can you elaborate on that?
It's popular in Linux, and it's used often in Windows also. It's a little more powerful than Masm, I believe. I need my Laffy Taffy. Hold on.
I'd have to say that it's surprising to meet people in videos sometimes on the forums. You don't look like the average programmer and stuff that you see in the movies and stuff. Probably because you have like an actual physical job and you're very active, I imagine.
Try to be active.
Yeah, you meet a lot of programmers. You expect them to be all nerdy, skinny glasses, eating junk food and Mountain Dew and all that stuff, and then but that's just your proof that the stereotype does not apply to everyone. That's just a stereotype.
That's all it is, stereotype.
Whereas me, I'm pretty much living the stereotype.
You gotta grow that beard till it's down to your way down there.
Yeah, I was. I thought I actually just it crossed my mind for a brief moment. I was like, maybe for that special episode on the 10th, maybe I'll offer to shave my beard down to a goatee, live through the cast. And I was like, I don't know, the beard. People like the beard. Maybe they won't want to see it go away.
I had a full beard once. I can't do it again.
Yeah, it's very tedious at times, especially when I'm eating. I have to make sure the mustache is trimmed. Like right now, if I eat, just these hairs just go right in my mouth. It's disgusting. But every now and then you're just like, I remember that. So I see some tattoos there. Tattoos there. Your arms. You can't really see them on the cast. I'm looking at a bigger picture than what's actually going through the screen because I had to crop it to get it to fit in the thing. So yeah, I'd say that I've run out of things to talk about. I actually planned for this episode. I had so much stuff, and then all of a sudden just shot out like a freaking cannon. That's what always the case with me. I talk way too fast. All right. So I guess we're pretty much done. We'll plenty of time for people to go see the Olympic stuff. Unless there's anything specific you'd like to discuss. I know we've talked about your tutorials and you personally. Anything more that you'd like to say?
I'm a man of few words.
Yes. But, very intelligent, very intimidating, right?
Well, I am a Marine, too.
Ex-Marine. I'm ex-Army, so does that mean we're supposed to make fun of each other?
No. There's no such thing as ex-Marine. Always Marine.
That's what I always hear. Every time I mention somebody's an ex-Marine, they always come out with, there's no such thing as an ex-Marine. I love it. I knew a guy in a job I worked a while back. He was the training person in charge of training for the job, and he was a Marine. And he mentioned he was a Marine. I was like, oh, you're an ex-Marine, and he just went off on that. I guess he did not like hearing that. So yeah, Marine. How was that? I don't know. I went in the Army. I don't know if I could do the Marines. It just seemed like it was more hardcore.
I enjoyed it. I had fun. If I would do it again if I was younger.
Yeah, I would definitely do the Army again.
Otherwise, I was in Special Forces. I spent 3 months in Somalia. That was interesting.
Yeah.
But it was fun at the same time because it was something different every day. It wasn't the same boring stuff we do every day.
Out and about jobs. Getting out. It was fun for I was in for 5 years, but I signed up for 4. And I pretty much joined before 9/11 stuff, so there wasn't any type of war even thought about at that time. And I went in, I was like, just get the college money, get out. And then that stuff happened, so I'm like, too late now. And then they sent me to Iraq twice for 2 years, 9 months in between. But I did it. I got out. Now they're paying for me to go to school, so works out. So when did you get out?
I got out in 95.
95. Wow, you were in were you in during the way back in the first Gulf War?
No, it was before that. I did my time in Somalia.
Okay, yeah, I was trying to remember the exact year. Yeah, I got out in 06, so I joined in like 01, right out of high school. So obviously I'm a little younger.
Yeah, I'm getting up there in age.
Yeah, there's no avoiding it. You can't age backwards, unfortunately, unless your name is Benjamin.
Get more grays now.
Yeah. I'm actually getting out. I'm only 30, and I'm getting grays, and I think I blame my dad because my dad's had a full head of like white hair when he was 50. So
I'd rather have gray hair than no hair, so I'm happy with it.
Definitely. I have a friend who actually had thinning hair. It was thinning pretty bad, so he just cut it all off, and now he's just got that waxed bald head look. And you got those people that are just like, whatever, just go with it. You gotta give them credit than the people that just try to hang on to what little hair they have left.
Comb overs are funny.
Yeah, I'm starting to recede here, but it ain't bad.
Grow your beard, you can comb it up.
Yeah, just comb it up from the beard. That would be hilarious. It looked like Cousin It. Just a hairy face. That's funny. That's good. I should definitely do that. It's getting lengthy and full. You know, it's actually starting to fill in. I trimmed it down a bit a while back. I don't know if everyone's seen that. I know some of the people in the chat remember that. Cut it back. Yeah, it grows back fast though. And now with classes starting, that's why I was thinking about cutting it into a goatee anyways. Keep the beard, just lose the mutton chops, because the beard's pretty much mutton chops and a goatee combined, right? Maybe I'll trim off the goatee and just keep the mutton chops. Get the mutton chops to go up into the mustache. There's so much you can do. There's so much you can do.
Go for it. Diet, whatever you want.
Alright, I think I am out of things to talk about, and it is 7:40, so we've actually pretty much covered the everything. So I would like to thank you for being a guest on the show at such short notice, because I was planning everything, and the only thing I hadn't done is gotten into contact with the guest, which I thought number 2 Pencil had acquired one, but then he thought that I didn't respond to him about it, so he thought that I wasn't even doing the show, so there's just miscommunication there, and you were in the chat and I asked you and you said yes, so thank you very much for agreeing to do that at such short notice. Just so everybody knows, GunnerINC on the forums, moderator on 2 forums, administrator on 1. He has been around, I think it says here March 2011 your account was created.
Say again?
I think it said 2011 March was when you were joined Dreaming Code.
That sounds about right, yeah.
Very big in assembly, so definitely hit him up if you have anything. I don't know if you want people PMing you about it, but check out his tutorials.
I'll help anybody I can anyway.
If you're interested in assembly, check out his tutorials. If you still have questions, go ahead and PM him, I guess. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Yes, it's always good to talk about the underappreciated languages, as assembly was one of the founding languages that pretty much birthed into everything it is now. So it's good to actually try it out. You know, if it's not for you, that's no problem. There's plenty of languages out there now. There's hundreds of them. But it's definitely good to check it out if you want to go, you know, into that lower, deeper stuff, get understand the computer and everything like that, and how things work at a deep level, and programming as well. You'll definitely learn a lot about programming and assembly, because you'll have to do everything from scratch. So, yeah, for those who think that assembly is an old language, though, and can't really accomplish much in today's world, you're wrong, because assembly is pretty much, it's still used a lot. And it may not be one of those languages that people are actively looking for programmers in, but it's always a bonus to know more than one language. All right. We are coming to an end. I know that the Olympic Games start today. The opening ceremony is going on right now, and I kind of want to watch it. So, sorry about the show being such short, but I thought I had more content. I really have to plan better, I guess. Even when I plan terribly. Thanks, everyone. I hope you guys appreciated the GunnerINC becoming a guest on such short notice. I'll get those badges out as soon as I can. I have to give macOS Nerd a list of names, so I pretty much know everybody who's in the channels, and of course I know who all the guests are because I have the past episodes. Plus I just remember. It's not that hard to remember your names when there's only 15 episodes. So, with that being said, we will end today's episode. I can't look cards now. 4x6 cards. It's perfect. Everything was set out. Alright. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next week with another episode of Dreaming Code Live, and hopefully we'll have Bogby available. And then the following episode after that will be the special August 10th. Friday, episode 17. I will be streaming. Probably I'll start a little earlier. Probably stream earlier in the day. I'll stream for a few hours. We'll just talk about random stuff. I'll talk with people in chat when they're around. People can cycle through, chat up, ask about programming stuff. We can talk about it. We can. I can show some examples of stuff. We can do a whole bunch of stuff. You know, it'll be fun. We'll do some more segments. I'll get the whole chat involved. Maybe I'll give something away, like my heart. All right, later, everybody.